On the first snowy morning of December, 6-year-old Emma pressed her nose against the frosty window. The world outside looked like a giant sugar cookie, dusted in white. She was eager to play, but when she rummaged through the basket by the door, she realized her mittens were missing. "I can't go out without my mittens," she said. Just then, she heard something that made her jump. What was that? She wondered. As she stood up, she noticed a pair of small boot prints right by the front door. Someone had come inside the house and stolen her new mittens. Emma knew she had to act fast. If she could catch whoever did this, she might get her mittens back. Emma squinted. The prints were far too small to belong to any grown-up. Her curiosity sparked. Emma followed the tracks around the garden, past the bird feeder, and into the small grove of trees at the edge of the yard. There, beneath a low pine, she spotted a flash of red. Emma tiptoed closer and saw a little boy, no older than 4, hiding under the tree. He wore a coat and no mittens at all, except for hers, which he had pulled halfway onto his tiny hands. His cheeks were pink from the cold, but when he saw her, he froze like a startled rabbit. Emma's first thought was to shout, "Those are mine." But instead, she noticed how his hands trembled. "You took my mittens," she said softly. "Were you cold?" The boy nodded, eyes wide. "I'm sorry. My hands hurt." Emma's anger melted as quickly as the snow on her warm breath. "You can keep them, but only if you promise we'll share." His face lit up, the mittens too big, but worn proudly. Together they built a tiny snowman beneath the pine, their laughter echoing in the quiet winter air. When Emma returned home, her mother asked where her mittens were. Emma just smiled. "They're keeping someone else's hands warm." Her mom wasn't sure she heard her right but carried on with her phone call and forgot to ask again after. He hadn't told her his name. At dinner, Emma pushed her peas around her plate until her mom asked, "Something on your mind, sweetheart?" Emma hesitated. She knew what she should say. But what if the boy got in trouble for taking her mittens? He hadn't seemed bad, just cold. Finally, she whispered, "Mom, someone borrowed my red mittens." Her mom looked surprised. "Borrowed them?" Emma nodded. "A little boy. He didn't have any of his own and his hands were freezing." Her mom studied her for a long moment, then smiled gently. "You did the right thing, Emma. Sometimes sharing is more important than keeping." A few days later, Emma saw the boy again. This time he stood at the edge of her yard, mittens still on his hands, grinning shyly. He waved, then held out a small pine cone dusted with snow. "For you," he called softly, before running back toward the cottages. Emma tucked the pine cone into her pocket, her heart warm even in the winter chill. She knew then that her red mittens had found a new purpose, and maybe a new friend. That's the end of this story. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for watching and have a great day.